So saying that Indian economy is doing well, that doesn't take in the full picture. Our people, they need to be put into productive activity.
India's relationship with Russia has been controversial since the war in Ukraine began. How would Congress administration handle this relationship or the situation in Ukraine differently?
I don't know if you like my answer, but I think similar to how the BJP would or did.
It says, this is another question from the audience. In 9 years of BJP rule, India has become, as a 3.5 trillion rupee or dollar economy. India is one of the most, and yet India is one of the most impoverished countries. So how do you see India addressing its many problems? You know, given the challenges of democracy, given the challenges of the divisive rule of what's the way forward in terms of specifically addressing poverty?
I mean, you know, the 3.5 trillion, India has a particular growth rate. So that's just a natural consequence of that growth rate. The question is, how is the wealth of India distributed? Is India creating jobs? Are Indian people feeling that they can express themselves? Are they happy? Is there general tranquility in the country? Congress Party has a record for doing this. I mean, it's not, I mean, we've done it for many years. I think a good model is to let the people of India get to work, let them do what they're best at doing, and not to sort of, you know, pressurize them and threaten them and do that. There's a historical record for this, you know. I mean, after all, India did extremely well in the early 2000s.
What do you see as the main drivers of...
There's a cost. You see, there's also something that people don't realize is that there's a massive economic cost to this disharmony, right? To this non-conversation. That filters out, right? So saying that Indian economy is doing well, that doesn't take in the full picture. What are the other costs that you're creating? Those are not being factored in, right? We had better economic growth than the BJP, created more jobs than the BJP, and had complete harmony in the country.
What do you see as the biggest drivers of the economy in the short term, in the years ahead, in the coming years?
I think what the BJP's policies have done, particularly demonetization and what we consider to be a flawed GST, they have weakened the small and medium businesses in India. And we believe that the small and medium businesses are actually the backbone of economic activity in India. If you want to create jobs, if you want to have a 21st century economy, you have to empower these people and turn them from being small and medium businesses to large businesses. So in our mind, it's taking these businesses and scaling them up and having hundreds, if not thousands, of these businesses become large businesses. So that's where we fundamentally differ with the BJP. They believe that you don't need these small and medium businesses, that you can build the Indian economy with 3 or 4 huge, massive businesses. Unfortunately, having 3 or 4 massive businesses doesn't translate into jobs. It can't. So that's really at the heart of the difference between the two visions. And you can see it. So, I mean, the growth during the UPA period was much better than the growth now. And there's massive levels of unemployment in India now. And it's a real problem because our people, they need to be put into productive activity. You know, it's a huge waste of the most valuable resource on the planet.
All right. Why should religious minorities see your party as an alternative to the BJP's politics?
Because it's not just religious minorities, it's everybody. Because we give space to all ideas in India. all communities, all religions. Our party is, and the design of our party and our original designer, Mahatma Gandhi, designed the party to be based on truth and non-violence, compassion, affection. So it's a completely different philosophical architecture than the BJP. Yeah.
It says,
It's a different vision of India. It views India as a conversation. It views India as multiple ideas. It's a bit like, the melting pot idea in the United States, where everybody comes together and you have a conversation, and then you negotiate. So everybody is comfortable in it.
Here's a question that just in. India's relationship with Russia has been controversial since the war in Ukraine began. How would Congress administration handle this relationship or the situation in Ukraine differently?
I don't know if you like my answer, but I think similar to how the BJP would or did. We would be responding in a similar way to BJP.
Yeah. Okay.
Because we have sort of a relationship with the Russians that can't be denied. It is there. So I think our policy would broadly be similar.
From your perspective, has the relationship with Russia changed since the war in Ukraine began?
I think in some ways it might have. I think it might have changed in some ways. But there is a old historic relationship with the Russians, and we buy weapons from them. So there are also those type of reasons for this. Yeah. But I don't think a Congress government would be dramatically different than what the BJP is doing right now in terms of Russia.